Hey mates, and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host Blind Prime, and for today I'm going to be teaching you how to transform Legacy Evolution Skyquake, which you can still get from his robot mode to his vehicle mode, and I'm going to let you know that this is one of those transformations that makes me love Transformers. Okay, this is a transformation that both takes time and attention, and it's complex, but intuitive, and there's a lot of moving pieces in this transformation, and it's really a symbol of the three-dimensional puzzle aspect that Transformers are. It's one of the biggest reasons why I believe more blind people should pick up Transformers, because of these complex three-dimensional puzzles that allow you to increase your mind-hand coordination. You think your hands do it. You don't need to look at your hands to get them to do things. You control your hands. And things like Transformers can teach you how to better enhance that control over your hands. Mind-to-hand coordination is where it's at for the blind, because we don't got eyes, so hand coordination is useless to us. I laugh at my own jokes all the time. So, I am going to teach you today how to transform this guy step by step, verbally, like audio description style, so that if you are like me and blind, you can follow along using your ears. You don't need to follow along using your eyes. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I'm polite. Heck, even the sighted people, they don't have to look at the video to understand what I'm doing. They can focus on the transformer, and they don't need to glance over at the video to see what step I'm at, or pause and play to better understand what is that movement he's doing. No, I'm just going to verbally tell you every single step of the way, and I hope that you enjoy it. I mean, we got 2,300 subscribers so far, so some of you are enjoying it, that's for sure. Please share, like, and subscribe. They do the things that help me reach more blind people. It's hard for us blind people to see each other, so we need the sighted people to connect us together sometimes. All right, now let's start this transformation off. Now, this guy's transformation is, like I said, a unique one. He's definitely interesting. So to start this transformation off, just go ahead and pull his legs down. His legs are on a slider, like a drop down with G.I. Joe Classified. His legs are on a drop down. So you want to drop down his legs. And they're going to wiggle back and forth, because now he can twerk. Oh yeah, look at Skyquake twerk. Oh, he's twerking hard. All right, now lay him down flat on the ground. Come around here to his back, and you're going to split his backpack in half. So we're just going to pull, and there it goes. You just want to be careful when pulling. You want to make sure that you pull evenly from top to bottom, so that you don't accidentally break something. It's not good to break things. Remember, these are made of plastic, so be careful. Now that you've got these guys split apart, we're going to lower them down a bit, and we're going to reveal this, the top of his jet mode, his front of his jet mode, which is hidden underneath these. I like how this piece is hidden underneath everything. It's just so much fun to hide this thing under everything else. It's just neat. Okay, so we're gonna pick up the entire front of the jet, and we're gonna pull its nose cone out. There we go, and then the nose cone locks in place. I like how this little flappy doodle is the cockpit for the jet, and it kind of gives you an idea of the size scale. Like, this is not for 1-inch scale. This is definitely smaller scale. So I put this guy more on Titan class scale for sure. So now we're going to move this around, and we're going to kind of straighten all these things out. Okay, so there's that one, and then there's that one. All right, so what we're doing here is we're taking his shoulder pads that were on his shoulders, his big old pauldrons, and we're just going to twist them and make them where the point of the pauldrons is up here at the point of the jet. And this is partly to get them out of the way for the rest of the transformation, because they're one of the last things we put in place at the end of the transformation. So what we're doing here is we're just getting them out of the way. They're just going to be up there, out of our hair. We don't have to worry about them. All right? Now, the next step is we're going to bring these wings from his back all the way to his front. So what we're doing here is we're going to raise up these arms, and these wings are on an interesting hinge, and it's easy to screw it up. So be aware. So what you do with these wings is they're going to fold down and around, and it's best if you rotate his hips 90 degrees. That's going to give you a lot of space to bring this wing around to the other side. And then twist the little engine thing that was on his backpack. We got that little engine piece. It's going to twist. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So grab this crazy wing section, his other half of the wing section. Go ahead and twist that engine while it's over here instead of what I just did. Because there's his little rocket pack on his back. It will go 180 degrees the other direction. I think there. Oh no, I twisted it too much. I forgot which way it goes. Let's see. All right, and yeah. Okay, cool. I did it right. Yeah. You just want to twist that rocket so it's facing the other direction than what it's facing before. Get that arm out of the way. All right, there we are. Now we've got his backpack laying on his chest. I think that's kind of cool. How the backpack folds over to cover the chest. That's just neat. Now we got this huge empty zone down here. Let's go ahead and rotate these legs again. Now we're not going to need to rotate the legs 180 degrees. They don't need to really move much from their position, and we're going to get into them shortly. But the first thing we need to do is handle these stupid arms. These arms are probably the most headache-inducing part of this transformation, and that's because of how tight the ratchets are in the shoulders. So you're going to want to bring the arm around. Now, when you bring the arm around, don't forget, come over here underneath it, and there's a tab. So you can feel there is, you have 4 sides to this arm. There's the underside that's very flat feeling, and then you have one side that has some nice little ridges on it. The top of it has this big old triangle nodule thing sticking out of the top, going down the entire side of it. And then the other side is very smooth, and it has a port in it, or a screw hole, and it's got 2 of them. So that the 2-port side of his arm is actually going to face to the inside. And then the other flat piece that doesn't have a port but has a weird little bulge, that bulge is actually a hinge. So you're going to take and find the little rounded bulge and then drag your finger towards the hand. And then come to the edge of that little area, there's a panel, and that panel folds up, and that bulge is actually a hinge. And then the hand can fold backwards into this little cubby area. Now the hinge doesn't fold back down. He's not that good. His hand just kind of rests in there like that. Now let's do it on the other side. So we're going to come around here to the other one. Let's get this. This ratchet is crazy powerful. All right. Now let's go around here and find the other hinge. There's the other hinge. We're going to fold that little panel down and then fold the hand backwards in there. Now the hinges are going to, these little panels and hinges are going to face to this the inside backbone area of Skyquake here. So they're actually going to be facing inside Skyquake, and the triangle bits on the opposite side are going to be facing upwards. I guess they're supposed to be kind of hinting at weapons mounts that he has or something like that. So now that we've gotten the arms straightened out, the hands folded away, we're going to rotate the arms around and we're going to marry them together. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's get this piece straightened up. That hinge, those ratchets. He's got some tight ratchets in his arms, and it will make this part of the transformation a little annoying. I won't lie to you about that. It is a slightly annoying bit of the transformation to line up these things and make sure you got them all lined up correctly. And we'll just rotate that around, and let's see if we can lock these 2 guys together. Come on. If you don't have them exactly right, they're not going to do it correctly. And I don't have them exactly right. And this thing is still in the way a bit. Let's see. No. All right, let's lay you flat on the ground. Let's go ahead and move your accessory because that noise is irritating. There we go. Did it. Okay, so now that the arms are connected together and the shoulders are all lined up, let's see what's going on here. I think this shoulder needs to be twisted just a bit more. Make sure I'm paying attention a lot to this part and double checking everything, because if these arms aren't in place correctly, your entire transformation is whack. Nothing's going to connect right. It's not going to look right. You got to make sure these arms are tight and that connection is solid. Now comes the difficult part of getting these ratchets to fold down all the way in. One more. You got one more in you. You have one more in you, or is that it? Ah, good. You did it all the way. You got to make sure you get those ratchets down all the way. If you don't ensure that you got that last click, because that last click is hard to get, this guy's not going to sit right inside of his little cubby right here. He's got this little cubby. You can feel like it's got edges on the side. It's a neat little cubby area for the arms to fit in. And they're not going to fit in there flush if these shoulder ratchets aren't pushed down all the way. You got to make sure you do that correctly. Now that you've done that part, you would think it's time to connect all this stuff up here together and give him his crazy wings and connect all that. No, you would be wrong. You would be wrong. Next step is, let's play with the legs, because the wings connecting are some of the last things to happen. So this part is, we are going to do something fun with these legs. And let me make sure I remember how to do it correctly, because this is also another complex part of this transformation. It's got a few complex parts that you need to remember order of operation on. So what we're doing here is we're going to rotate this leg. Let's see. Yep. Rotate the leg 90 degrees so that this flat part that's in the insole of his leg, the part that's facing the other leg, is actually facing towards away from the ground. So if you have him flat on the ground, where his arms that are now in that cubby are laying on the ground or on your tabletop, then that flat piece should be sticking towards the roof. And you want to do it with the other side too. Let's go ahead and find that little flat area and rotate the leg. There we go. There we go. Rotated both of those legs. Now go ahead and push in the toes. Now come around here to the inside of the leg, which is now the inside of the leg, which used to be the back of the leg, and pull this little winglet out. And then it's just going to come around and attach. Now we're going to pull this little winglet out. You feel there's a little nodule on the side of it, a little nubbin, and that's going to come around and attach. In a second, I remembered to put a napkin or a hanky in here, because the humidity in Florida is strong today. It usually is strong when the temperature drops. For some reason, the humidity's like, ooh, the temperature dropped. Time to get busy. So, next step is, after you've done that, you've moved the little winglets out, and you attached them to their spots, you made sure the engines are connected to the feet. We're just going to pinch the engine that was his heel and the foot together, and they're going to make a nice, satisfying snap. Now, remember whenever I mentioned in yesterday's video that there was a hidden knee joint on this? We're going to access that hidden knee joint today. But we need to also make sure that we fold this correctly. So the leg needs to go up and lay flat against the side of the arms in here. And to do that, we kind of got to figure this piece out, because this ratchet in his hip is a little weird, and if you don't get it quite right, it's just not going to work for you. So you got to play with it. There it goes. All right, just got to play with it a few times until it gets correct. All right, now that we got it played with, and we've got the entire leg stretched up over to his head, like Goldmember. He could kick people in the face when they were standing behind him. Like, what in the world? So we'll do the same with the other leg. We're going to bring it up, and we're going to do the Goldmember stance, where he's now got two legs kicking up towards his head. And I just love that moment in the movie. Now, this part is a little weird. We got to make sure we do this correctly, because when we fold this leg up, this flat part's got to be facing the underside of the wings. So we got to just make sure that we rotate that around. So we rotate the hip around, so the vents on the hip, remember those vents we talked about in yesterday's video? You want to make sure they're laying flat against the arms, so where you can feel the arm bits, which got a little disconnected there. Hey, arms? There it goes. Okay. Now that piece, we got the vent facing towards the, facing towards the ground, right next to the arm pieces, and then this leg is just going to fold up. And the hip is going to go inside of the lower leg, and now we've got to, well, we'll do that last step later. We got to first line all this stuff up before we can actually snap it all into place. Now this one, we're just going to figure this out real quick. Okay, so find that thigh, make sure the vent is prevalent and visible, and then kick those things down. Now getting these knee things to actually bend correctly can be a bit of a pain. Like I said, there's a little parts about this that make it more of a complex transformation than what you may be used to. I tell you, I enjoy it. You know, this is definitely, I wish I had gotten this transformer a lot sooner. Let's go ahead and fold that bit in and fold that bit in. Come on. Are you guys all together now? Cool. Excellent. Next step is, now let's go ahead and come around here and connect. Oh, don't snap off any winglet pieces. Connect the backpack pieces together. So we got all the wings and stuff connected together. And there it is. There it is. Excellent. Now, you would think it's time to move and work on the front. No, we're still working on the legs. Now that we've gotten all this backpack stuff connected, feel on the inside of the big wing, you'll find there is a big, long a peg. It's a rectangular peg. It's kind of thin, and it's really close to the hinge for the big thing. Now, if you feel on the flat area of this leg that's facing there, you'll find there is a little slit cut in there that this rectangular peg is going to fit perfectly inside of. You just gotta wiggle them around till they do it. Okay, there it goes. It did it. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay, now let's do the other side. Let's see if we can be just as lucky on the other side as we were on that side. Sometimes we are. Sometimes we are. Sometimes we're not. We're not lucky this time. No. Let's line that up again. There it goes. Come on. Aha! There it is. Luck. Luck be a lady tonight. That's for sure. Oh, that connection took me 10 minutes last night while I was practicing. Okay, now the next step is we're going to then finally fold up the nose cone of the aircraft, hiding his head. And if you feel right at that area where the nose cone's about to touch the wings, there is a little rectangular peg sticking out. It's kind of a bigger one. And if you feel on the inside of the wing area, you'll find that there is now a rectangular gap there that will fit that piece perfectly. You just got to kind of shove them together, and they will work. You just kind of shove them together. Let's lower these shoulder pauldrons right now, because we're going to need them soon, but not right now. Let's get this piece connected. It takes a little strength. There it goes. yeah, you're going to have to give it a little bit of an oomph to get that transformation correct. And oh no, something happened with the arms. One of these arms got disconnected, and ooh, that's going to cause problems. Get that hinge down there. Hate that shoulder ratchet, how tough that thing is. And there it goes. Okay, good. We got the connection together. We made sure that shoulder ratcheted back down because it ratcheted up a bit. Now we're going to take these shoulder pauldrons and find the tip of them and face them towards the tip of the nose. And then if you feel behind the nose, you'll find there's this little cut. So you trace your hand down the wing and trace your hand from the wing to the nose, and you'll find that there is a little rectangular or little triangular cut area, and that's going to line up very well with this edge on the shoulder pauldron. There's an edge on the shoulder pauldron that fits that perfectly, and when we bring it in, oh, look at that, beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do it the same way here. We're going to bring that shoulder pauldron down, and it's going to just kind of snap into place. Like so. Make sure you got them guys connected. There they are, connected. And the nose hasn't fallen off again. Excellent, excellent. Look at that. Look at that beautiful thing. All right, now to finish the transformation, just come around here to the nose and pull out the landing gear. Come around here to the leg and find the little nubbin, and that little nubbin is going to be landing gear. And then there's another little nubbin on the other leg, right behind the siege port. And that's another little landing gear. And there you go. And that's how you transform Skyquake from robot mode to vehicle mode. This is a fun transformation, and I give this transformation an S. This is complex. This is intuitive. And this is a fun transformation, and I enjoy it. It's got some trip up moments. It's got some moments where you're like, what am I supposed to do here? And those are always great moments. It's even got a couple of dead ends in the transformation that you'll discover if you screw up. But I taught you the way to do it without any of the dead ends. But if you want to find the dead ends, you can find them yourself. Thank you all so much for watching. This blind man verbally explained to you how to transform Transformers Legacy Evolution Skyquake from robot mode to vehicle mode. Until next prime, bye-bye for now.